Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and here we try to teach people how to do certain things themselves, or we want to be part of a teaching program to help you learn more about how to fix your own machine. So we had a customer brought a machine in that's non-running, backfiring, popping, and not running correctly. And so today it's all about adjusting valves, checking the valve clearance and adjusting them. So let's get into the video. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a customer that their Craftsman lawnmower quit working. Actually, it's doing nothing but backfiring, and it acts like it's deadheading. If you get into that situation, normal thing would be either the valves, or you've got fuel bypassing the valve and getting into the head. But we're going to go ahead and take the valve cover off. And this way we can show you the correct way to adjust your valves. Whether it needs it or not, we're going to go ahead and check the valves. We do that with most machines that come through here that have any age, because they will get out of whack. So as you're looking at the valves, who can tell me what's wrong here? That's way too loose. And what you need to do is you need to take a top dead center and adjust it. But this actually threaded out of the head.
The valve stud.
The valve stud itself. So we're going to have to take that valve stud back in to where it needs to be before we can even adjust the valves. We've seen this on a few of them. So if you overlook that the valve, or that the stud backed out, and try to adjust the valves, you're not going to accomplish anything.
And then once you draw it back in, make sure you put a wrench on that. And
so as you get it back where it needs to be, you put a wrench on it and tighten it good and snug.
I'm gonna get a 5/8 wrench.
So that was his big issue, the big culprit, and that was with that stud being backed out, it wasn't allowing the valves to work properly. Because when he described it, it was a loud pop and bang noise, and it would.
And chances are, once you do that, the valve's going to be where it should be. You shouldn't have to touch it.
Right. I mean, chances are, if you have this situation, if you tighten it back in where it should be, your valves are probably at the right clearance. So here we go.
And on most of them, you're going to need a T20.
T20 star bit. Torque. And then you want to hold that with a wrench.
Okay, watch your valve go. This is an exhaust valve. You can tell because of your exhaust port. And as it goes around, it comes back to... Okay. Now your intake just went through its cycle. Now they're both top dead center right there.
So that still needs adjusting.
Right. So just take your big knot. And the easiest way to do it is put your wrench on there, let the weight of the wrench hold it.
I mean, it's hard to hear, but he's saying that the best way to do it is just put the wrench on it and allow the weight of the wrench to come down. And that should be tight enough. And then just tighten up your centerpiece and you're done with that one. Then you can just roll it around
And do the same
and do
thing
the
on
same with the exhaust.
See if it starts.
And let's see if she'll start. Where's the key?
Oh, that's right. He don't have a key. That's a good one.
Because you can start these with the valve cover off.
You just gotta be careful with the oil.
Yep, you'll get messy. Let's see if she makes a difference. Sounds perfect. So now it's just buttoning everything back up. And I know some of you guys are going to ask, you know, should you replace the gasket while you have it off? And
It depends on the gasket.
it depends on the looks of the gasket, and we've even used silicone
Yeah.
to do it. So if you got a little bit of a leak, just pick up some silicone at your Walmart or your tractor, the auto parts store, and use that. But this is more common than you would think, and most guys will keep trying to adjust the valve, and it's not going to help them, because no matter how you get that valve adjusted with that stud bolt loose and moving in there, it's going to keep throwing it out of adjustment. And then you're finally going to say, well, it's not worth fixing, right? Hopefully, I know some of you guys already know and seen this before, but for you guys that are, you know, trying to do it yourself or just getting into the business, you should check the valves on every lawnmower that comes in that has any kind of age, any problems with deadheading where it's hard to turn the engine over and you don't have any fuel in front of it, or making popping sound like it's out of time, out of adjustment. But we do it on most of the lawnmowers that come through here that have any age. We had one that was loading running, and the guy wanted to sell it on the side of the road. It looked beautiful, and that's all it was the valves were so loose on it, it wouldn't run. And for 10 minutes of his time, he could have had his lawnmower going again. So that's what you do on the valves. It's not that complicated, guys. That just let the wrench drop. That's enough weight to make it snug, and then tighten her down. All right, so I'll catch you on the next video.